Hello, warm greetings to everybody and welcome at the webinar Teaching Sustainability in Kindergartens. My name is Blanka Tatzer. I will be the moderator of the event. So welcome all of you. At the beginning, we will just say some words about the program and then we will start with the agenda immediately. Now, just I need to check something because here it's saying that we are having troubles. Just okay. Yeah. So if you don't see the live stream, then just go on the YouTube and the stream will be there. Okay. So. I would like to invite you to overcome any language barriers, maybe to turn on the subtitles, and I will just show you now how to do that. Okay. If you are watching this event on YouTube, you can add auto-translated subtitles to the video by using the following steps. I will turn now this on. In the bottom right corner here, turn on the closed captions by clicking or tapping on the CC button. You will see the automatically generated closed captions in English. Then go into Settings and click or tap on Auto Translate. You will see here Auto Translate. Choose your language. I will, for instance, choose Danish, and you are ready to go. We also have some technical instructions. So we will have 7 presentations today from 6 different countries. If you want to have those presentations, all the learning material is published in the Facebook group Erasmus Plus Kindergartens. Then you can ask questions for all the presenters. In order to ask a question, just write your question in the chat and I will see it and then ask our presenters. Then we also have the possibility to get a certificate of attendance. The link is in the video description and the link is valid for 24 hours. So, but just write the correct name and surname and the email address. But now we would like to also test our chat. So if everything is working, in the comments, just write plus. So write a little plus if you also teach sustainability in your teaching practice. So let's try it now. Give me some pluses. I would like to see them if you also teach sustainability when you teach your children or your students. All right, they are coming and the participants are already here greeting us from different countries. I see here Macedonia, Austria, Lithuania, Romania. So welcome everybody. Okay. So now I believe you are already interested in all the presentations we are having today. We start with Austria. Anita Hegedüs and Esther Karner from the kindergarten Schmetterling will present us a project, the Environment Week they are leading in their kindergarten. Then we continue with Sweden. With a presentation, children learn in different ways. How can we teach sustainability in different ways? And then we will have a move to Lithuania with a presentation, Waste as Resources. Orinta will join us and present her practice. We continue then with Germany. Yeah, it's a long day ahead of us. Denise Müller and Team Rogas from Kindergarten Zwergenland will present us how they integrate sustainability into their daily life in kindergarten. And then we will move to Slovenia and we will see one interesting experience on exploring ice melting and its effects on animal survival. So this will be an experiment for kindergarten children. In the end, we move to Greece. We have 2 presentations from Greece. So active participation of children in recycling will be presented by Dimitra Brella, and plastic bags through inquiry-based learning by Artemis Papadimitrou. I'm very excited to see all those topics, but let me tell you firstly a little bit about the Superhero Lab projects and about the opportunities for preschool teachers that are in this project. So you see this picture here. This is our international team from 7 different countries, and this was the first meeting in Leipzig. I had the pleasure to be there, so I already know that all the presentations today will be very inspiring and relevant, because I heard them already in Leipzig, but in Leipzig we had a luxury, let's say, of 3 days to hear and share all the experience. But today we will be together for 2 hours, and we will also see some glimpse of everything. So in this slide, you can see the partnership, which is very diverse. We have partners from Sweden, from Lithuania, Germany, Austria, Slovenia, Greece, and one associated kindergarten from Estonia. So Superhero Lab project is about engaging children as scientists to explore sustainability. In a nutshell, we want to do 3 things. First of all, and this is the stage we are in right now, is the best practice collection. So we are asking ourselves what we are already doing good. We want to collect everything and write a handbook about that. Then we will, of course, share the handbook with all of you, with all the preschool teachers that are interested in sustainability education. Then the second stage will be when we will develop new sustainability education experiments for children aged 4 to 6 years. Before we will publish all the experiments, we will test them, and when they will be ready, we will also share with them in 6 different languages. So that's about the project. We want as many teachers in preschool as possible to include in our community, which is on Facebook, entitled Erasmus Plus Kindergartens, and we will organize events like this today. We will publish different learning materials like we published today. We will organize different networking opportunities. So welcome to attend and become a member of our community. So today, our partners in the Superhero Lab are sharing their experience, but you can also contribute by sharing your best practice. We have another opportunity for you, which is coming in the end of April, the 25th of April. We will have a pan-European conference on sustainability education in preschool. So if you want, go on the web page that is written here, and I will put this later in the comments, and see how can you apply either as your oral presentations and present your practice on the stage like today, or you can also submit a poster presentation. So all of high quality presentations will be included in the handbook of best practice that we are writing just now. Okay, so now it's time to invite our first presenters. Those are Anita Hegedüs and Esther Karner from kindergarten Schmetterling. Let's see them here. Okay, so welcome Anita and Esther. And the participants can guess who is Anita and who is Esther, right? Yes. both have glasses. So the red hair is Esther and the blonde hair is Anita. Welcome on the stage. Before you will share with us your Environment Week practice, please tell us a little bit about yourself so that we get a little bit of feeling who you are.
So hello everybody. So you get well. My name is Anita and she's Esther. We are very excited to be here. We are here to represent our kindergarten from Vienna, Austria, the Schmetterling kindergarten, means butterfly kindergarten. We are both working as early years teachers. Our kindergarten is a bilingual kindergarten. Esther is going to share our pictures.
Blanca is sharing.
Okay.
Can you see it, Blanca, our pictures? Yes, super. We are a bilingual kindergarten. That means that all our activities and everyday life is spoken in English and German. We are following the Viennese educational plan. Our kindergarten is highly focusing on providing fresh self-cooked meals. That means that all our food are from local sources, or mostly they are from local sources. Our locations are certified by the Austria Bio Guarantee Ltd. And currently the organic food share is approximately 62% in our locations. Our kindergarten is worked very hard to get the Eco label in 2021. This Eco label, you can get the label when you are fulfilling many criteria. And all these criteria are related to environmental and climate protection expectations. We got this label for 4 years, and every 4 years we need to renew it. And that means we need to, every activities what we do, we need to document, we take pictures, and when it's all finished and we fill the documents up, there's an audit. They come into our kindergarten to do an audit, and then they see if we succeeded to fulfill the requirements. This Eco label actually motivated us as early years teachers to include all these important topics like environmental protection into everyday life, and it's in our planning and evaluation every month. Esther is going to talk about our most successful project, that is the Environmental Week. She's going to highlight what is this about.
Exactly. So as you know already heard, I'm Esther. I'm working as well like an early year teacher now since 4 years with the company, and I'm going to give you an insight of this project. First, you need to know that it's not an ordinary week. It needs a lot of planning, a lot of organizations, preparation with internal and external professionals. And what else? The location manager and the early years teacher are defining topics for this week. As you can see, we have for each day a different topic. Let's start on Monday. It's our creative boost. And we concentrate on crafting posters or creating t-shirts about important environmental topics. On Tuesday, our topic is upcycling and recycling. So we create new things from old material. On Wednesday, it's our clean and care day. Also, the parents are included on this day. The children are allowed to bring their bicycles with them, they can clean them, and the parents help us to fill up the wheels with new air or repair some little things so that they can take care for further use. And on Thursday, the topic is Think Twice. So it's all about our resource efficient behavior. And the main topics on this day is about electricity, energy, air pollution, and food. And on Friday, our topic is Let's Get Loud. So the parents and the teachers come together for a demonstration around the streets of Vienna. And then we show our posters, we sing songs and demonstrate for better care. As you can see here at the last slide, those are our most used books in our daily work life. And that was our presentation. Thank you. And we hope that you could get some inspiration.
And we are very happy to answer any questions.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you very much for your presentation. Let's see if there are any questions, which I don't see it at the moment. So participants are still greeting and saying, okay, we are from Lithuania, we are from here. We still need to connect with everybody. Let's tell us what was the most difficult part for organizing Environmental Week?
I think the most difficult part was the organization, as well to collaborate with external professionals, like we need to include the police officers that they can close the streets for the demonstration, as well like the organization with the kitchen staff that they can provide us food for our Think Twice Day, that it's like made not with electricity. So this was one of the challenges,
but in a positive way, because I think it moved everybody, the great purpose of this whole topic.
Exactly.
When you said that you needed to contact the police to close the streets down, did children contributed to that somehow, or just teachers send a request to the police? How was this done?
So this is organizing by the main managers, so that it's really 100% safe for us, for the children, and for the parents. Like we even close the public transport for an hour, that it's really safe and we can be on the street.
Great. Thank you very much for your contribution. We will move now on with Sweden. Okay, I need to find them. Okay, here. Thank you very much. Just a second. Sorry, Blerina and Jaana. Yeah, there is one question here that just popped out. So hello from Macedonia. Christina is asking, can you tell us something more about Think Twice Day?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I can definitely. So as I mentioned, it's about our resource efficient behavior. And we got like topics with electricity, energy, air pollution. And we, like the parents have the task that they are not using the car if they bring the children. So they need to use public transport or coming by bicycle to the nursery. What's more, we on this day in the nursery are not using any electricity, like no lights, no radio, no laptops, exactly. And we also include our kitchen staff. Like this is a bit challenging, but once we had for a main dish like gazpacho, it's like cold soup, traditional from Spain, and like a fresh salad.
But of course, if I can add that we do this project at summertime, so the children are not put into to any kind of risk that we don't have electricity or cold or anything.
Exactly.
That's important to emphasize. Yeah, we have another quick question. Alexandra is interested. What was the demonstration like?
Well, actually, as you
Empowering.
can think of, like, yeah, very empowering, very motivating. We coordinating it like this, that in the afternoon at around 2 p.m., the teachers are coming outside with the children, with their own group on the street, and the parents are already waiting outside. And as soon every group is outside on the streets, the parents are joining their children, and then we are marching the way and singing and demonstrating and actually scream for better care.
Thank you very much for your answers. Okay, and now, as promised, we go on with Sweden. Welcome, Blerina and Jaana, once again. You said that we learn differently and that also children learn differently. So how can we teach them sustainability differently? First, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? And then we will start with your presentation.
My name is Jaana, and I work in one of the 4 preschools we have here in Landskrona, Sweden. I have worked here in 2 years.
My name is Blerina. I working with children 3 to 5 years older, and I have working these 4 years.
Yeah, already, yeah. So this is your presentation.
Yes.
And please share your experience on how you teach sustainability in your kindergarten.
As I said before, we have 4 preschool here in Landskrona, and I have worked at Pilingen and Blerina Hackebacken. We have a curriculum here in Sweden. We called it LPF 18, and we work from. All we do is work based from here. And when we are planning our work to teach, we have a different ways of goals to plan our teaching. Why we should work on this, how we should do it, and what we hope the result will be. When work is finished, we do an evaluation and see if we can achieve the results.
We starting the project talking with children about tomatoes process. We ask how tomatoes growing, what they know about tomato, and how the growing process and work. Here you can see how we working with the children. We read books and finding fact about tomatoes. We just digital talk like iPad and computers. Together we learn about the process. This is how we begin the process. The children learn how to count and how to read. We pedagogues have to think and have in focus how the children can learn in the best and easy when in the process. When the process is finished, we always to go back and to reflect this with the children. We talk when we will take out the tomatoes, what will happen and how much time to grow. In this process, we learn language and to ask questions. Here you can see how children working together, they practice hand skills and how to just tools and how to draw. Next projects with children is to taking the tomatoes outside. Here we talk with children why we taken out the tomato. When let the children to ask questions. We ask that what they think will happen with the tomato. In the process, the focus is to making children to communication and to learn language. This is finally its process in tomatoes plantation process. In the process, we have learned children about New Year and the tomatoes cyclings. We talk how they work with the project from planting to the reed and tomato. The process was successful and very funny project for the children.
And our preschool is in our international eco schools network called Grön Flag. And every year a new goal is chosen that we work towards. When the year is over, we summarize what we have worked on a report that is submitted to Green Flag, who then approves us and we become certified for another year. And when we are having we have lots of recycled materials when we are create. Here we have used old plastic cups and toilet rolls. We also used a lot of natural materials such as sticks, stones, and cones. Mm-hmm. And when we had the theme called Global Cooperation, we started talking about how much clothes you are throw away when they are outgrown. Then the idea was raised that you could have a recycling of clothes and at the preschool. In Sweden, it's called the tage. In English, it's take and give. The parents can leave the clothes that the children has outgrown and let someone else share them. You can also take a new garment of yourself if you find something that fits you. And now we have also expanded with a library. It's the same principle as with the clothes. And we look, and to make it more fun to recycle, we use a garbage collector monster. Each monster has a name that shows what trait the particular monster has. There's a little description of what the particular monster likes to recycle. It's paper and it's metal and it's plastic. All the monsters are sitting up in their respective place when we are sorting in our rooms. And the children can also come to our garbage room and throw the garbage in the correct container when they know where they're going to put it. And once a year we have something called a theater. That is the garbage monster is coming, and the children are teaching the monster how she is going to recycle. And thank you from us.
Thank you very much. So first, and congratulations for this presentation. And I would like to ask all the participants, so let us know if you already heard of this example before. And I mean, in this way, you put U for yes or N for no. So let us know. And at the moment, I can say that I really admire the whole process that you are making, because you could just, I don't know, say, okay, today we will grow tomatoes and that would be it. No, but you say, do you know how to grow tomatoes? No, so let's go to library and find it out. I think this is really like motivating for students. So, and can you maybe tell us So how did you organize it? Is this like your idea, or where this idea coming from, or do you do with all the examples in this like process like way?
Yes, it's we are doing this often, and it's the children's ideas who we are taking care of, and listen to them what they are interested in, and then we are.
Okay, so you ask children, and
Yes.
then you build upon their ideas, and develop the whole process. Thank you very much, Sweden, for this. So we move on now, and we are going to Lithuania. Okay, I will connect them up. Orinta and Vaida, you need to connect your microphone and your camera before we can reach out. Okay. Yay, here you are. So welcome. Also, both of you. We are very interested in your example on how you use waste as a resource. So in your teaching practice. But before we share your presentation, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Orinta.
I am Vaida.
We are teachers, so our presentation is practical. I'm teacher for 15 years. I'm working in kindergarten, and my children now are 3-4 years old. So
I am a preschool teacher, and I work 9 years.
Okay, great. So we have your presentation here. So the floor is yours.
Okay, so let's start a bit. Our kindergarten. We are from Lithuania, and our kindergarten consists of 2 buildings. So we are 2 in 1, and we have 10 groups, children from 1 to 6 or 7 years old. The activities are organized outside and indoor. The kindergarten is recognized as a health in changing school, active school, sustainable school, and a twinning school. And for education organizing, we use the project method. We will tell about it a bit later. Our mission related to sustainability is reduce. It means reduce, reuse, and recycle. So reduce, it means using less of something. So we learn children to use less water or turning off lights when it's not in use, or also saying no for plastic bags and so on. Reuse, to use an item again. So we learn donate unwanted clothing, toys, using reusable water bottles, also both sides of paper, and recycle, to make something new from something old. So firstly, to put rubbish into the correct bin, to use toilet rolls, boxes, paper, and cardboard for craft, like a craft suppliers. Put food waste into a compost bin, which used for fertilizers and our land. There's no picture, but okay, it doesn't matter. So, and how I told, we work in a project method. So one of our project is Why the Earth Crying. Children can learn sustainable and responsible behavior. Recyclable activities encourage children to think critically about waste management. You cannot see a picture how I can see, but there was a earth crying like a maquette. And it was made with Chatterpix app, which children helps to represent the brainstorms or ideas in a more creative and fun way. Just said that we cannot see him, but so. So what we did, we had discussions and brainstorms about the ways to protect the environment. We watched video about the greenhouse effect. Children found out why the air in the closed jar is hotter. And video short, smart, and recycling right. Interactive game how to recycling in World Walnut. Also practical activities about recycling, how to sort waste in a right bin. We used these bins in our daily life, and children learn how to sort waste. They have properly segregate waste into different bins for recyclables, such as compost, paper, plastic, glass, and metal. Also, we participate in local recycling programs provided by municipalities or private organization. Packing waste management organization Greenpoint organized educations about the correct sorting of packing waste and to introduce the secondary use of packing waste for preschool children. And we participate in actions. We sort European Waste Reduction Week every year. So everyone brings unused electrical devices and batteries from home, and we give it, put in a big car. And children learn to do that. There you can see how children make social advertisement about recycle and represent it. So there is written, don't trash me, save, and so on. So interactive Kahoot game Truth or Lie by choosing the correct answer about reducing pollution on Earth. And the children celebrate Buy Nothing Day. It's 24th of November, and they gives and useless or borrowed toys and other things, and choosing what they really likes. So it's a way how children can learn that for useless and unnecessary things you can give a new life, and children really likes this day. Creative way to use secondary raw materials. Also, we use the Chatterpix app to create animating talking pictures. Children likes it, and it helps for children brainstorming, speaking, storytelling, and so on. And they can see how to use this all the things to make something new.
There you can see how we project various educational tools. So there we create toys for our activities. And we projected tools used in the group. Our example, hanging garden, advent calendar, and fast spring flowers and mushrooms.
Don't eat it. And almost in conclusion, we strongly believe that children need sustainability education from an early age so that they can learn to protect and respect our planet and our environment. We use waste as resources in a way to promote sustainability in our kindergarten. Okay, there's some mistake. And there's another project, Save Our Planet, it calls, and the children makes reusable shopping bags from unused t-shirts and decorate them. Children get to know that unnecessary t-shirt and shoes can be reused also. There you can see in the pictures how they're working hardly. The children with parents sew bags from fruits and vegetables and give them for costumers in a store. So we decorate them with buttons and show our fashions also. It looks simple, but it was really challenging thing. Children explore shoes and learn how to put them on the correct foot and how to use shoelaces and buckles. So we use it for mathematics, for other things, but for size learning, looking for shoes print. But the idea was to do an art project and create our own decorated shoes. Later we did like performance, and parents can come and to see how looks shoes with these flowers decorations. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for sharing your example. So I am curious. You mentioned the chatter picks, right? That you are using with children. So how do you do that? So children have their own phones, or they use your phones, or how is it going?
We have phones in a group, or we give out. It depends. We can give our phones also, but and it's an app, so we use also planchettes. Tablet. Yeah, tablet.
Okay.
So and children actually really like, and it helps to tell in words what you think.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, so you see, I think that your colleague is congratulating you. So thank you, Rita and Vaida. Here is a comment. And the other participants are thanking you as well. So we move on and we go to Germany now. Thank you. Okay, I have to find here Denise. Yes, here you have. Yeah. So Denise and team, welcome. They are from Kindergarten Zwergenland. Before we start with your presentation, please introduce to us a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Denise. This is Tim, and we're working in Kindergarten Zwergenland. I work here for 4 years, and Tim for
1 year.
1 year, and we want to present our kindergarten and our vision today.
Yes, I have your presentation here. So yeah, here it is.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we will start with some things about us, and then we talk about our mission and vision of sustainability in everyday life of the kids, and then we show some little practice things of our vision. Here you can see our location. We are in the north of Dresden. It's a big city in Saxony, and we have lots of forest and fields and good farmers in the near, and we can cooperate with them. Here you can see our team. We are a small kindergarten with not so much kids. We have 60 or 50, 60 kids in our kindergarten, and our team, we have nursery teachers and kindergarten teachers, and yeah, our facility manager and our kitchen girl. And yes, there our outdoor garden. You can see we have trees and some sit-down places, and at the right pic you can see our plant boxes where we grow vegetables or other things.
Yeah, our vision of sustainability is nature, so the children can name animals and plants, and that they learn that not all little animals are scary animals. So yes, and how they use water properly, and we reuse rainwater for our plant boxes. So here you can, on the next slide, you can see, yes, you can see the kids. They make food for the animals, so they learn how they eat, what they eat, and they have fun to do it because animals are also our friends. So yeah, we like to feed our friends. Yeah, also one big thing is the nature, and that we don't want that the kids take all of it or rip the tree off. So we use things that are already on the ground, so we don't rip it, and we want that the kids know that it took years and years of growing for the plants and the trees, and that they value the forest, and so they can see how relaxing the forest actually is, and there's thousands of possibilities of what we can play in the forest. And on the next side you can see another big thing of our vision is the nutrition, so the food for the kids, less meat. We want the kids to know where it comes from, what they eat, how they grow or they can grow what they eat, so they can cook things by themselves and they know what they eat and the nutrition. So that's yes. And here you can see our garbage. So we're collecting the garbage and the packing material from the breakfast and lunch box, and we want that the kids know how they recycle it in the boxes. Yes, a big thing is our plant development, so fruits, vegetables, herbs, and we document it, and we want the kids to be able to name the plants and their effects for us. So we have a lot just now planted in our garden, and we want to have a kindergarten, grow garden, and we are in the procedure of building it. So yes, we want the kids to know the food pyramid, so that they know what they eat and how much of it they can eat, and what is a good food and what is not so good, so you can eat a little bit less candy and more carrots. So, and that they know how important this is to drink water and why is it. So it's, yes, we want, yes. And another big thing is that they know how to make their own food. So they cut it and they love it. So they cut their own foods, not from the meantime, but we cook and we bake a lot. This is a real big thing for us, and the kids love it. So they love to cut, to bake, to see our grown fruit, so we can make a meal out of it. And they crack eggs like chefs, so they can do better sometimes as their parents. Yes, we use fresh and local ingredients. We want the kids to learn, cook and bake. They have a lot of fun, and most of the time they like it better when they cooked by themselves. So we cooked pizza, we cooked cakes and cookies. We did all vegetable chips. So and they like it, and they wanted to do it every day. But we can't do it every day. We do it once a week and sometimes more. So that's not so easy. But yeah.
Now we have garbage is a big other theme of this project. We separate the garbage into plastic or paper, glass, metal, or organic products, and then we think about the recycling or upcycling with it. And for example, we can make from a little yogurt cup, we can make flower pots or other things. Here we have a nice partner. It names Croco Kit. It's a small clips, and with these clips you can connect the paper or the other things what you see at the picture. And the kids are very funny and creative and can build what they want. And with the paper, we can grab it from the garbage and then we cut it to the right order, and then the kids use it. And another partner is X Blocks. It's named the blocks of that you can see. The kids build our playhouses or simply parkours, and they can use other things to yeah, and they can use sticks or wooden things to put it into and can build bigger things. Yes, and it's from old plastic, from old plastic bottles. They were recycled, and then we have the new X blocks from it.
Problems that may arise in our vision is when the kindergarten group is too large. So when we have 22 kids, it's not that easy to cook cakes because sometimes the other kids are bored, and that's not so easy. So we separate them to 8 to 10 kids when we do it. So I do 5 cakes sometimes, so that all of the kids can bake. Children have different interests, so 80% of the time the kids choose what we do, also on their interests and what they like and what they love. So 20% we make it, but 80% of the time the kids can. We don't have the right premises or safety or hygiene regulations, so sometimes it's not that easy with the German law. So we need to take care of it also. But all of it is not more problems. We don't have so many problems with it because we love it. So
you are so experienced and motivated. So thank you very much. You mentioned, Denise, that you let very young kids to cut.
Yes.
Do you have any complaints of parents? Can you maybe share this experience with us? Since I know that you do this for several years now. And still all of them survived, right?
Yes. Actually, not one kid cut themselves when we cook or bake. We have these knives that you can see that are butter knives, but they are a little bit sharper, but not kids' knives. So I used kids' knives, but the kids were disappointed because they can cut a carrot or an apple. So then we have the safety issues because they need to take more power for it. So I tell the kids you need to be careful, and they are. So I had never a problem, and the parents are totally okay with it because no one has ever cut themselves. So it's good. I think it's we need to tell the kids and show them how they use a knife properly before.
Yeah, thank you. And now I can tell you the secret. So Denise and Tim were very worried before how many participants will come. So now we have 160 of them, and they all greet you. We have from Nepal, from Palestine, for instance, from Palestine, from Croatia, Macedonia, from whole Europe. So congratulations, and thank you that you were sharing the experience. There is one question. Just a second. I will show you once again. So Detska is from Macedonia, North Macedonia, is interested. What do you use to connect the big parts of cardboard together? I remember those green crocodiles, right?
We actually don't have it right here, but it is recycled little green clips. They look like a crocodile, and they are recycled for this purpose. So the company recycled it for Tim searched it for this purpose. So yes, you can buy them. What they're called? Crockett. Tim shows you. Can you show the site, the internet site? We can show you.
Yeah, you can search for the website, put it in the private chat, and then I will share with all the participants. That's a very interesting activity as well. Yeah. So thank you very much. Now I would like to call Lithuania back for a couple of seconds because we also have one question for Orinta and Vaida. Before we just continued, but then one question appeared. So Alexandra has a question for you. Where you had a slide about the challenges the kids had. Can you tell us more a little bit about that? I was trying to find the slides, but I don't know.
Okay, actually, to be honest, there was opened an old version of our presentation, and I'm not sure about what kids had challenges, but to speak about challenges, after every this project week, we have a big reflections by ourselves and together with our colleagues, and we speak a lot about what challenges we had, what we can change, what we can to do in another way. So about in this, I remember that about Why Crying Earth, the biggest challenge was about greenhouse effect, because for children it was really difficult to understand what it is. But after some videos, after our experiment, when we put a thermometer in a glass, in this glass bottle, or how to say, we showed that how it's working. So finally, we understand what it is and how it's working. So it's reflection and challenges going together in this.
Yeah,
Great.
thank you very much, Orinta and Vaida, for answering this question. Alexandra, I hope this helps. In any case, you can find their presentation in the Facebook group Erasmus Plus Kindergarten and inspect a little bit deeper of all the slides. Yeah. So thank you very much. Now I'm calling Slovenia. Hello, Barbara and Irena. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here again. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and Solkan Kindergarten.
Okay. Hello, everybody. We are from Slovenia. I'm Barbara, and I work as a psychologist, as a consultant in kindergarten and also in our school. So I found my job very interesting. I work with kindergarten teachers and with teachers in school, and also with children and youngsters. So it's exciting. Yes.
Yes. And I'm her colleague. I'm Irena. I'm a kindergarten teacher for 22 years. And this year I have a group of 21 children from at age from 3 to 5. And it was challenging to be in this project. And I'm very, very happy to be part of it. And also the children were very happy.
So we will hear now about your ice melting experiment with children.
Yes.
Do you have your presentation ready?
Yes,
we hope so.
Yes.
We hope so, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In the meanwhile, all the questions are welcome in the comments. As you see, we ask our presenters when they finish their presentation. So here it is.
Yes.
The floor is yours.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Let's start. We will introduce to you teaching sustainability in our kindergarten. And Irena will introduce a learning scenario for an experiment, I would say hands-on experiment.
Yes.
So I think it really will be interesting for you. But first of all, let's see some information about our kindergarten, about our projects and goals. In our kindergarten, and then Irena will take on. So first of all, just to see some information about our kindergarten, we are located in Slovenia, in west of it. So we are really near Italy, and we are a part of school Solkan. We are the same organization, located in 3 locations, I would say in urban, rural environment. In our kindergarten, children from 11 months until 6 or 5 years are included. We have 9 groups and 17 kindergarten teachers. We use national curriculum, and every year we make our own plan of the year for all of the kindergarten groups, and each group does it for itself, for the group. We in our kindergarten we like to communicate and participate also with parents. So we give a special communication ways also for that part. In our garden, we have groups for first age period and the second, and also we combine those age groups. So this is quite challenging sometimes, yes, but we are successful. Just to see our goals about sustainability in our kindergarten, we try to develop a learning community of kindergarten teachers about sustainability, and especially with that how to learn. So we talk a lot about learning approaches. We try to develop safe and stimulating environment for optimal development for every child, so for all children. We try to to give special, we try to emphasize the active participation of children in the process of learning and researching sustainability themes, and we are fond of peer learning. We try to develop competencies about sustainability, and as I said before, we really like to work with parents and local organizations to promote sustainability also in our local environment. Some themes that we use in kindergarten to promote sustainability, I would mention economical use of water, electricity, and science in our playrooms. We also use waste separation and use of recycling materials for toys and for other things that we need in our kindergarten. As I said before, we cooperate with local environment, also with local food suppliers. We have own herb garden. We are in Slovenia. We have every year on a special day Slovenian breakfast projects, so the children eat really local Slovenian food. They also prepare their own snacks. We talk a lot about climate changes and every day about weather reports. We try to make as much as possible sport activities in the nature, and we are also included in forest pedagogy. We have inclusive approach to different groups of children, and we care about well-being and mental health of children and also staff. If possible, we help those who need help with donations of clothes and toys. And as I said before, we collaborate with local environment, grandparents, also school students, and so on. We are currently included with some projects. We try to learn as much as possible about portfolio for children, about talented children, about assessment, formative assessment for learning, about computational thinking, learning in nature, and how to be our kindergarten as much as inclusive as it can be. As I mentioned before, we try to learn or teach our children by learn by playing. So we do a lot of observation, and we help when we plan our teaching or learning scenarios. We use formative assessment for learning. So there is a lot of experimental learning by experience, collaboration with local partners. We use a lot of music and art. We work in small groups. We like to ask a lot of questions, different ones on different stages. We use books. We also do a lot of storytelling, and the modeling is also an important practice that we use. And with all that activities, we try to develop competencies about communication, scientific thinking, resilience, empathy, creativity, flexibility, self-initiatives, critical thinking, and because we are now in this project, a lot about thinking and ethical and sustainability thinking. Okay, and now I would like to ask Blanca just to share with us a video with the activity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and now I will ask Irena to tell you about the learning scenario.
Yes, thank you, Barbara. And this is the learning scenario, water melting and animal survival. So the starting in December, we explored and researched Iceland with the children at their own request. So watching videos about animals and icy lands, the question arose. So starting questions were, what will happen if ice would melt in Arctica and Antarctica? What will happen with the animals? So we decided to do an experiment. My goals were to get children learning about the characteristics of the earth and animals, to know influence of ice melting on life of animals, to get the knowledge of different factors that made melting quicker, to explore human behavior factors on climate change, to learn scientific approach, so to know the steps of scientific research, and to train competencies of observation, cooperation, critical thinking, and conversation. So we followed open research process, which I consulted also with the science teacher, who is also the principal, and we determined the research question. We made hypotheses, we gathered material that we need, we determined the procedure, of course we get results, we made conclusions, and talked about the challenges that we could do better, what can we explore in the future. And in the end, of course, we summed up. The questions in conversation were made in small groups with the aim of providing differentiation. I wanted to offer active participation to all children, especially the younger ones, because in this group were 6 children of 3 years old. And of course, these were the questions. How is ice melting on both poles? Why is ice melting quicker and what is happening? Is ice melting quicker in Arctica or Antarctica? And do animals can get food? And how can we find out? This was the main problem. And would ice melting affect human lives on us? So can we do the experiment? And yes, at the beginning of experiment, we determined hypotheses. So ice will melt quicker in Arctica, where there is no land. Ice will melt slower in Antarctica, where there is land. In Arctica, animals that live on ice will lose home quicker. In Antarctica, of course, slower. And ice melting will not affect human lives. So the children were very active and engaged. They were asking questions all the time. The questions about the experiment, the procedure, what will happen, can we do it as soon as possible? Can we do it again? Can we do it with the snow? And would the experiment be the same if more water and ice were added? So by planning activities, I expected higher engagement of children. So I gave them more attention on younger children and how good transfer kids will make of previous knowledge. So for experiment, we needed 2 glass containers, half a liter of cold water, plasticine in dark blue color. This was the first experiment. Then we switched to white. Alcohol marker, a scoop, a small one for cocktails, ice cubes in form of a spruce tree, timer, and of course, list of paper. So our research procedure, the first glass container represents Antarctica. We put plasticine in the glass, and then we put 4 scoops of water in the first glass container and put 4 cubes of ice, and then mark the height of water. And we mark the height of water after 10 minutes and after 30 minutes. The second glass container represented Arctica. So we put the same quantity of water, 4 scoops, and then 4 cubes of ice, the same as in the first one. And we marked the height of water And we also mark the high of water after 10 minutes and 30 minutes. So comparing the level of the water in both glasses containers after 10 in 30 minutes, we got some results and conclusions. So water raised in Antarctica, the glass container with plasticine. Ice melt quicker in Arctica, where there was no land because of water. Ice melt slower in Antarctica when there was land because of land. In Arctica, animals that live on ice will lose home quicker, and in Antarctica will lose home slower. And ice melting will probably affect human lives. So, with our experiment, we confirmed 4 of our hypotheses, but the last one hasn't been disproved and not yet confirmed. So, ice will melt quicker in Antarctica. That was correct. We predicted correct. Ice will melt slower in Antarctica. This was predicted correct. In Arctica, animals that live on ice will lose home quicker. And in Antarctica, animals that live on land will lose home slower. So the last one, ice melting will not affect human lives, represents a mental challenge for children at this point. They started to learn about the global connection of human actions on nature and animals, and thus at least a part of the responsibility for sustainable development of society. So we performed the experiment several times, 6 times, primarily for the control result of the experiment and for better implementation. In this process, we faced lack of knowledge about aggregate states of water, lack of experience, so they get to focus on prior knowledge about water in the nature, lack of attention of younger children, inability to predict, keeping all the variables during the experiment the same. For easier observation, we switched the plasticine from dark blue to white, and we had a hard time remembering the amount of water and ice we used. So we collaborated with parents. They brought globes for children to learn, and especially an interactive globe, Play, Shofu, Orbit, Earth. And with this globe, children learned about animals and where the islands are. And of course, with the science teacher for the right experiment procedure, of course, with Barbara. And also I used internet resources for videos about Arctic and Antarctic introductory videos for children and the idea for the experiment. So now Blanca, please, second video.
A led v tej posodici se ne bo stopil?
Se bo.
Se bo stopil?
Ja, bo padel v vodo in če bo stopil.
Kjer živijo živalice in se tu stopi led? A bojo te živali imele prostor za biti na suhem? Kaj pa tam? Kje bojo živele tu?
Na zemlji in v morju.
Bravo.
V morju bojo pili vodo. Ne, v morju bojo plavali. Ja, in v morju bo plaval sinki, ker v morju.
So during the experiment itself, the children intensively observed what was happening and verbalize their observation. So I would like to read some quotes of children. It was interesting to watch the ice melt. The plasticine melts below under the water. The plasticine has grown and has shrunk above. The plasticine has shrunk. So more plasticine is underwater because the ice has melted. And down under the water, the plasticine looks thicker. Actually, it's not. It just looks that way. So this is the list of resources. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Now you would get a big applause if we would be somewhere on the real stage, but here you can just see different smileys that are showing up. Yes, so thank you very much. Irena, you mentioned that you repeated the experiment like 6 times
Yes.
with children. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? So how was it done with the same group?
Mhm.
In what time span?
Yes, the children were very eager to do it every day. So I said, okay, let's do it every day, because the time of the experiment was like 1 hour. So it is we could make it every day. I just had to have enough ice cubes in the freeze, and that was it. So initially I started with the older group with 6 and 7 children, and then I repeated the experiment with all children. So the 4th and the 5th experiment, I asked all children together who wants to do it again. So the group was mixed, and it was interesting to hear their comments. They were always they observed more details about the experiment, and they all do it by themselves at the end. And we also made the experiment with snow. It was difficult to get snow, but one boy said, I have snow in front of my house, I can bring it. And I said, okay, just do it. And so they brought in a small plastic bag. So we did it with snow, and the conclusion was the same. But the time of melting were very fascinating. It was very short. So they also learned about the snow melting and ice melting. Yes, it was very fun.
Wonderful. Yeah. Before we move on, dear participants, dear kindergarten teachers and preschool teachers, give us a plus in the comments if you will use something of today's webinar in your future teaching. So give us a plus if you will use something, some of the ideas, even if a little element in your teaching in the future. So a plus in the comment like that. Yeah. Thank you, Barbara and Irena. We travel now across Europe, and we came to Greece. Hello, Dimitra and Artemis. Where are you?
Hello.
Welcome on the stage. Here we have, are you alone, or where is Artemis?
Yes,
Here is Artemis.
You are
Tyrell.
both. You are both. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. So we have two topics from Greece. Dimitra will show us active participation of children in recycling, and Artemis will show us plastic bags through inquiry-based learning. But first, of course, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we start with the presentation.
Okay, hello, my name is Dimitra Brella. I'm a kindergarten teacher for 25 years. I work in the Larissa, the center of my country. It is a very hot town.
Hot?
Very hot.
How many degrees do you have right now already?
25, 26.
And April, yeah. So what about in July? Like 35?
40, 45.
Oh, yeah, very hot town.
Yes. I have 20 21 children in my class, and I work alone. I don't have another colleague in my classroom at the same time. So it's a little bit difficult for us to have attention for these children, but we are like a one-man show.
Yeah, but I already know what you will present, so I know that despite this barrier, you make a wonderful work.
Thank you very much. This week we work about on fires and destroys from rain.
Okay.
Because this September we have this phenomenon in our town. So many villages and houses in our town have water from until the first floor.
Oh, wow. Strong floods, yeah.
Yes, it's very difficult for us, for agriculture and farmers too.
I'm so sorry to hear about that. Yeah. I hope you will recover after floods soon. And that all the people are collaborating with that. We had the same experience last year in Slovenia, and it was terrible. But in Slovenia, the positive message was that all the people came together and helped with the floods. So that was a positive side.
We have the same here, all together.
That's so great.
Blanca, my
presentation. Yes. I am looking for it. It's here. Okay. Recycling gives life to the earth. Yeah.
Okay. So I will present you an activity that was a part of a bigger project in our school called Recycling Gives Life to the Earth. This is a photo from my kindergarten, the 21st kindergarten of Larissa. Okay. In the context of the environmental programs we are working on with our motto, Recycling Gives Life to the Earth. I will present the educational activities we implement with the children, which are linked to teaching sustainability in kindergartens. We have worked at about 2 hours for the activity. You see, promoting performance, operation, and the environmental friendliness, as well as the ecological consciousness of children. So the book Miss Recycle and Her Friends, written by Matula Tolka from the Livanis publication, was used as a starting point for the activity and gave the children the opportunity to learn about paper, its properties, and the problems of cutting down many trees, also to understand the main stage of recycling: source separation, collection, sub-categorization, compression, and reuse. Our goals are to learn which products are recyclable and which are not, to express their opinions and actively participate in the planning of activities, to enrich their vocabulary and cognitive horizons, to learn to collaborate, to become aware of their personal responsibility and protect the environment. Our methodology: project method, brainstorming, observation, experiment, visits and excursions, intersectionality, cooperative learning, and storyline method. Activity for recycling and reuse. We want to make paper pulp. List of our materials needed for the activity: old newspapers, water, tempera, paint brushes, atlacol, strainer, blender, earbuds, and bow. So we start the process with a lot of fun and curiosity. First, we cut up the old newspapers into small pieces. Our classroom became a bomb, like a bomb falling it. Then put the paper in hot water and stir constantly to melt it in pure it a little at a time in a blender. You see here our children. We work like a team. We always work like a team. After putting in the strainer to remove the water, we pour in 3 tablespoons of atlacol and 3 tablespoons of white tempera. Also, we can pour what color we want, blue, green, whatever. Spread in a newspaper in a table and let it dry for 4 days. Sometimes want a little more, 5 or 6. And our paper pulp is ready for use. You can see children draw with Evaluation: assessing the overall effort and engagement of the children in the activities of the work plan. We could say that they participate with particular interest. It was based on their prior knowledge. They had the opportunity to gain knowledge, express themselves, and reflect as the program progressed. What they particularly enjoyed were the construction with recyclable materials, and indeed they experimented with many of them. Our involvement with the topic made the children aware of environmental issues and led them to change their attitude and behavior, make recycling a way of life. They acquired the proper environmental consciousness. We believe that the objectives were achieved. Children gain new knowledge, enrich their vocabulary, cooperative with each other, discuss their experience, exchange opinions, express themselves, playing, had fun, and experiment. Also developing critical thinking. You can see these photos is from all over the program of recycling. We consider that the topic was successfully completed. Over the 7-month course, The children gained a lot of knowledge. In some cases, greater emphasis was given to some subtopics, but this was purely due to the particular interest shown by the children. There was also cooperative with parents and also the local community. All of this helped to successfully complete the environmental program. For a better learning of certain concepts, visual aids and worksheets were great. Some relevant activities of climate change here, like Irena, we have the same experiment with the ice and animals. Here we recycle with paper, make a frame to take photo of the first day at school. And we believe that today's children are the future, and it is our responsibility to raise their awareness and wake up in order to protect the environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. Now I have one question for you and also for all the participants. So the question is sustainability education a part of a formal curricula in your country or not? So give us yes if it is, or no if it's not in the comment. But yeah, Dimitra, you can tell us more.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We give
in the curriculum.
In the curriculum of FAS is from the most serious topic.
Sustainability as the most serious, okay, important topic. So you actually need to do that in preschools.
Yes, but some of us we are love to work with children in this topic. So we have extra programs in school for this. For sustainability.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So a lot of participants are also saying that it is mandatory and more it becomes part of a regular curricula. Okay, so thank you. Show us now Artemis over there with the presentation Plastic Bags Through Inquiry-Based Learning. Oh, now disappeared. Where are you both?
Δεν σε βλέπω. Do you see me?
Do you see me? Oh, okay.
Somebody turn now. Just
Excuse me, we are in the same place, and we will come to.
Yes, someone has to go. Has to turn the device off. Otherwise there will be echo all the time. Okay, welcome, Artemis. You're welcome. Please tell us about your experience with kindergarten, with your.
Yes, I'm a teacher. Kindergarten teacher too. I am from Larissa. I knew Dimitra, Brella very well. We're friends. We exchange experience about activities, programs. And I'll present the program from kindergarten, Stefanovno Kindergarten. Stefanovno Kindergarten, located in the prefecture of Larissa and lies at the foot of a mountain. I'll present, please applaud. Okay. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay, I'll see. This is the mountain. This is the courtyard of our school. The kindergarten aim to defend the role of sustainability through education values, through the application of innovative pedagogical methods. It also includes STEM concepts. The development of cooperation and critical thinking is promoted on the one hand, and on the other hand, it is sought to bring students face-to-face with the goals of sustainable development and encourage them to get involved in actions to achieve them. Through sustainable education, emphasis is placed on the adoption of values, attitudes, values, and behaviors, so that students learn to act responsibly. Actions such as creating a small vegetable garden, paper, plastic and battery recycling throughout the school year, implementation of program through skills workshop, and so on. Okay. We based on this method active participator. Excuse me, but I can't see some of the letters. I can't see in my presentation. I don't know why.
How about now? Do you see them now?
No, but we have a problem, especially my friend Dimitra, happens the same, but no problem. Okay. A book formed the basis of the STEM activities and education robotics, the adventure of a punk. We present some in English, video in English with the same theme. We state here you state the children are expected to learn or achieve from the activity. Our goals: to question, investigate, plan, follow rules, make assumptions, and reach conclusions. Understand the value of teamwork and the joint discovery. To read and write codes, understand and reproduce data patterns. Understand the interaction of the environment with human activities, acquire positive attitudes and behaviors towards the environment. The material, I have the other material, but I can't see in the presentation. I don't know why. You see the procedure step by step. The book, The Adventure of a Punk, as I told, became the occasion for organized STEM and education and robotic activities. It gave the children the impetus to learn about the properties and characteristics of plastic bags, and raise awareness of the problems created in the environment by the misuse and overuse use of plastic bags. This is the activity. The children drew a bag adventure. The children drew the bag adventure, all the work of our students. And you see the STEM activities. First, activities, experiments with bag. The following questions were raised. What are the features and properties of plastic bag? How durable are they? What is their weight? What happens if they are in water? Are they recyclable? Why are they banned for the environment? Before carrying out the experiment, we made assumptions and tried to guess what would happen in each case. On a piece of measured paper, we recorded the children's answers. For the questions of whether the plastic bag floats in water, we used pieces of different sizes from different plastic bags, which we put in succession in the bowl of water and observed whether they sink. For the questions of how durable they are, we left a piece of bang in the water and observed it daily for the 2 weeks of the project. Next activity, engineering. How can I turn a plastic bag into parachute? You see the work of the children. They try to make a parachute. This is their work. We also found photos of Da Vinci efforts to create a flying structure. You see the structure. Let's go to maths. Activity, patterns made of plastic. In the whole class, you refer that we work on team. The children were introduced to the painter Piet Mondrian. They were inspired by Piet Mondrian painting to create their own motif. The children cut pieces of plastic bags into different shapes and colors and glued them onto an A4 sheet of paper. The result was to create a collage pattern. In this activity, we also had our friend Christos from the special kindergarten in Stefanovno. After all, we are a great artist. We see the motifs. Technology, educational robotics. Activity, polar bears are in danger. We also helped our bee boat friend collect the little fishes that got tangled in the plastic bag and take them to her polar bear friends. First, we placed the arrows on a track C that will lead to be brought to the fish, and then we wrote the path code with the arrows on a piece of paper, and finally we pressed the hair button to start. Excuse me. I have a problem with my slides. We even thought that our bears could swim in the icy water on the North Pole to catch their favorite fish, but they found them trapped inside plastic bags. They finally managed to get them out of plastic bag and eat them. I have another photo, but I can't find this. I don't know why. I can't. We have a problem. Okay. The next activity is art. An advertising poster with an ecological message. We discussed with the children, with all children, and we decided to make an ecological message. We decided to create a poster together to show the adults what we learned about our plastic trash. We also searched the computer for information and images. You see that all the children look for images and try to do a poster. Our poster, it is going to present to our parents and on our school blog, to upload our school blog. Results, I don't want to refer all the results, but the most serious, the most important, thoughts and emotions detected. The students showed great interest in enriching their knowledge. They happily participated, and the topic continued to keep their interest in and diminished by sensitized them to the environmental challenges arise from improper and excessive use of the bank. Challenges. We start with simple and familiar concepts and proceeded to analyze more complex concepts in order to gradually build the new knowledge. We making observation of the design, defining the extent to which they were being influenced by what they were discovering. Software and hardware corresponding to their range and abilities were also used. Finally, through the experiment that they carried out, the children were given the opportunity to be active, involved in the learning process, aiming to understand the properties as well as the environmental effects related to plastic bags. Successes, the children gained knowledge, development, ecological awareness, and through situations of reflection were led to make decisions. They thought the time had come to help tackle the problem arising from the misuse of plastic bags. They considered it necessary to inform their family about the misuse of plastic and the harmful effects they have on our lives, so that everyone can contribute to solving the problem. For these reasons, they proceeded to create a poster which is placed at the entrance of the school. Feedback. You see some phrases from children. I collect the plastic garbage at the bank from the sea because they become small pieces and the fish eat them. We won't have a good time if we have so much trash in the sea. If fish swallow a plastic bank, they will suffocate. We should put a sign in the sea telling people not to litter because it makes the fish sick. It is unfair to the fish to throw out garbage in the sea. Discuss about with the parents about our activity, about our goals. We're going to visit Tuelesonos Environmental Education Center and to make to present our parents and community our project. This is our work poster. Sorry. Reduce. I'm sorry. Something. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Artemis. It looks so elegant and so simple, but I know that there is a lot of preparation and a lot of planning to merge together such a project, which is like about art, engineering, mathematics, everything in one topic. So it's a really great work.
Thank you very much, but I have a problem with presentation, but everything was okay.
I think that the participants can download the presentation and that you explained everything very useful, so we all will benefit.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to Artemis, and now I would like to thank you to all of you who came to us, like 200 of preschool teachers and kindergarten teachers who are here today with us, which is a big trust for the Superhero Lab team. Our next step now will be to deliver also the Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. I hope that based on today's experience, you will think about submitting us an oral presentation or a poster presentation and be part of the Superhero Lab project. all the relevant presentations will be then included in the handbook of the best practice on teaching sustainability in kindergartens. Why we are doing this? We know how important this topic is. So now we know that many countries are including this topic into their curricula, and we need ideas how to teach in a practical way in which children are engaged. So that's why we are sharing all the ideas and collecting them so that we will have a lot of projects and activities to choose from them. To create new opportunities for our children. So I would now like to invite you also to evaluate our webinar so that we can get some feedback and that we can change something another time. You have a QR code now on the screen, which is one way to evaluate the webinar. The other way is to look in the comments, because I put the link several times in which you can evaluate and give us some feedback on today's event. I am very much looking forward for our next steps and next event. And thank you all for participation.